is another episode of Sweet with a Twist podcast. Welcome. I am your host, Skylar Sweet, and this is going to be episode 4. I'm excited. We have been running through college topics and about my college years, unfiltered, you know. And it's been really crazy to look back and to see and to be retelling some of these stories and be like, that really did happen to me, or wow, that's crazy that I didn't remember that, or like thinking, just looking back, you know how when you're in the moment in a problem, in a situation in your life, and then years later you look back on it and you're like, wait, this, that, and the third happened, and you start really processing it. That's me with this whole going back to my like freshman year of college, and it's so crazy to see how far that really was. Like Snapchat, guys, let's talk about these Snapchat memories. I love memories, and I love how they pop up and be like, remember this from 5 years ago, remember this from 7 years ago. I love that, but sometimes I'm just like, especially the memories of like people from back then, and you no longer talk to them or know anything about them, like you don't keep up with them, like they just kind of disappeared. Yeah, that's kind of awkward, and you see the memories, you're like, oh my gosh, I remember that person, like, and it's like, okay, you don't have to memorize everything. You can keep some of this to yourself, like keep that in the database, keep that in the cloud. And they're like slideshows of different pictures, and it's like, okay, I get it, you remember, I get it. But no, it doesn't. It really is cool to see, like, you really, I think, don't remember as much as you think. I feel like, as humans, we can't store 100% of our lives as memories. So you might remember something else different from someone else, even though y'all guys went through the same experience, if that makes sense. But you might remember two different things. And I think that's so cool how that whole, our brain, our memory box, our mind works. um Look at me getting all psychology professional, guys. But no, but I love this season, and I love the episodes I have been doing. Also, this is my second time doing like a late night episode, so if y'all guys like these, definitely I will keep them coming. I kind of like the late night vibes, but it's also because I really don't have time in the day and the respect and consideration in the day to do my craft, which is doing my podcast, some YouTube videos, um, and everything. Because, mind you, I've been making videos. I never posted them on YouTube, but I was making videos acting like I had a YouTube channel when I was 13 years old. Clock that, when I was 13. So this picking up a camera, recording, has never been different. It's not new to me. Like, I'm true to this, not new to this. That's exactly me. I just never posted it. The only difference is that now I'm posting it, showing people me, the true me, the real me, letting people into my lives more than just making YouTube videos about what's in my purse. Now I've made so many, I think, intimate, personalized videos about my walk with God. So my Christian walk, I've made plenty of those. I've made um, Q&As, like get to know me a little bit more. I've done updated about my life. I've done college videos when I was moving into my dorm and everything. So I've done so many, like I didn't have to do those types of videos, but I really consider this to be my outlet and my way of voicing thoughts and opinions and things that have affected me, how I see things in my life. And because I don't think I get to really express those emotions and those feelings in my reality. Like, I don't think I do. So, thank you guys for being this outlet for me, because I've gone through so much, and I just, music, making videos, excuse me, starting this podcast has changed so much for me. I've looked at a lot of things differently. So I really do appreciate that. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I do. And I see y'all guys who do support me. I love y'all guys. And I know that there's a plan and a purpose to everything that I'm doing. And I can't wait for that to be seen, to however make people see it. I truly do this genuinely out of my heart, out of, literally comes from the bottom of my soul. Everything I'm telling y'all guys. And I hope that y'all guys can feel my energy, feel my genuineness, feel my realness, because I don't know where I would be. Okay, sorry, I had to take the mic off because it's flashing red. And I was just gonna tell y'all guys, like, I haven't charged this thing in like a week. Go without a mic. So hopefully y'all guys can hear me. But I just genuinely want to thank y'all. And so many people do believe in me and believe my craft and believe in my vision. And even though they might not understand me, but because they have love for me and want to see me prosper and be great and hopefully get to my full potential, you know, they support me. And you need people like that in your life that support you 110%, because I know that I doubt myself a lot, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do, be like that. Like, oh, I'm not up to those standards. Oh, I don't have those qualities in me. This, that, and third. It's just like, no, go ahead and like do it, Skylar. Like, do it and believe in yourself, and and then it'll all work out. Sorry, I'm in my pajamas. Like I said, this is a late night vibe. Juicy pajamas for the win. Literally. I love my juicy matching pajamas. Like, they're so cute. But today's episode is really real. Okay? This was actually on my heart a couple times. But I recently really thought about this. So I wanted to talk about not only what I just did, but this one is going to be about motivation. Motivation is hard. I think most people have the motivation, the common reasons, or the common, like, topics or people when you're asked, okay, what is your motivation? What motivated you? Most people will say, their family, a very close friend, maybe a teacher, God obviously is a great motivator. God motivates all of his children to go after what they are wanting to go after, to be happy, to be prosperous. And that's great, because motivation is, honestly, I don't think it's hard. I think it's just, sometimes I don't even think what my motivations are. Like, I truly can't sometimes think about, well, what does motivate me? But I think I realized one thing that does motivate me to continue doing this and making a name for myself and building the life that I've been dreaming of since I was 12 years old. I think my motivation to continue to get up every day and do this, regardless of what other people think, family or not, is to know that the life that I have dreamed of, that I have spoke of, that I have written about, that I literally made a prayer board about, is literally waiting for me. I think that's my motivation. I know you're like, well, people aren't your motivation, or this, that, they're. I'm not gonna say they're not. Trust me, my family and family that I've lost along the way definitely are my motivation. Like, that's a huge part. But I think now I've learned that I need to put me first and put my visions, my dreams, my goals, my aspirations first. Not before God. Nothing is before God. God is always first. But I'm talking about human wise on this side of earth. I need to, and who I need to put first. I definitely need to put me first before anybody else. I don't really do that because I'm always helping and uplifting other people and putting all that my energy into other people, which I'm not gonna stop doing that. But I just don't want to put all of my energy and then I don't have anything for myself. So that's what I want to stop doing, because it's gotten to a point where it is unhealthy. And I think because I put so much of my energy into other people and I ride so hard for other people and I don't get that in return, I really go hard on myself and it really is not a good place. So when I was in college, freshman year, we had this course that we had to take, which was like if y'all guys were in middle school, if you had like advisory class, you know, it was like a home class. You really did nothing but like chill, right, in between periods. Well, in college we had something like that, or the college I went to, and every freshman had to take it. And it was just kind of like, yeah, where you just kind of like learned miscellaneous things. You can get classwork done. You had a little bit of classwork for that class, but it wasn't like a major subject or anything. So one day, I don't even remember what day it was, but I had psychology class. So I had to take a psychology class for my major, and that was early-ish in the morning, like around, I think, 10 a.m. And, or was it 9 a.m.? I think it was 10 a.m. And so I went to psychology class this day, and in psychology, you learn about the human mind, emotions, you know, stuff like that, right? And this particular day, though, I think was either the week of midterms or it was the week before midterms were coming up. My psychology professor, she made us take this test that they used to do back in the day, which is the IQ test. The IQ test had 9 dots. Y'all guys really want to hone into what I'm about to say. Trust me, you have to connect these 9 dots without lifting your pencil. So you could not take your pencil off the paper at any point in time. We're trying to, you know, all of us, however many students was in the class, like probably 30 students, we're all trying to like connect these 9 dots. And I I lifted my pencil a few times. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? Like, you can't possibly connect these 9 dots. Like, no one really got it. So towards the end, before class ended, she's like, okay, let's go ahead and, talk about this IQ test. So she goes in, and she's like, who was able to connect these 9 dots without lifting her pencil? I think it was like one person, or none of us. I really think it was nobody that could do it. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, I feel like I'm smart. I feel like I'm intelligent. So let's see how we connect these 9 dots. And we're like, please, like, I want to see. So she does it, and she was asking us like how we would do it. She was like, so what should I do? And we all were still wrong because she still had to lift her marker. So we're like, how are we supposed to connect these 9 dots? It's no way we can stay within these 9 dots and connect them without lifting our pencil. She does it. She connects the 9 dots, and we're like, what? How? And guess what she had to do? You guys will not believe it. She went outside the box. So these 9 dots, everyone's like saying within to connect them, right? No. She went outside the box. Outside the parameter to connect them. That's how you connect them without lifting your pencil. Are you kidding me? Alright? So mind you, stay with me. This was like 10 a.m., right? Early, like in the morning. Then the class that we had, that I'm talking about, where it was like an advisory home class that we had to, like, it was required as freshmen. Well, a few hours later, I think I had that class around like 1 p.m. So I get to this class, the home advisory class, and our teacher, I really liked that teacher. She was really nice. I think she really was cool. She was very helpful. She was a great teacher. So we get to the class, and I actually made a friend in that class, and she sat right by me. Was she there that day? I don't think my friend came that day. And I texted her, I was like, hey girl, like, are you coming to class? And I think she told me she was sick or something. I was like, oh, okay. So she stayed in her dorm. So I was kind of like, I guess, by myself. I didn't have my friend that day. And in this class, it's like, it wasn't a lot of us. It was like 15 or no, it was probably like 20, 25 of us. Not a lot. And so my professor for this class starts talking about how, I guess, people were kind of slacking, she noticed, in this class, in that particular, her class. And she's like, okay guys, let's not give up. Like, she was trying to kind of pep talk a lot of us, because everyone knows in college, like, when it's midterms and you've studied hard the following, like, the week prior to midterms, you're exhausted, you're tired, you just want to go to sleep. You want to kind of just like, not give up, but like, you want to slack. Like, you're exhausted, trust. So that's what was happening, I guess, in a lot. So she was just saying, like, don't give up, you're almost finished. You're gonna get through it. And then she went on to say, I just want you guys to stay motivated and to finish strong and to keep pushing through. So she put on, y'all guys stay with me, okay? I'm not joking. So she goes to say, I'm gonna put on this like motivational speech by Denzel Washington from YouTube. It was on YouTube. So y'all guys can, hopefully this will motivate y'all guys to keep going and to finish strong with your midterms. So she, turns off the lights. She starts playing this YouTube video, which is of Denzel Washington giving his motivational speech to a group of college graduates. And I will put the name of the speech here, and I will also link it down below because you want to listen to this, and I'm gonna share with y'all guys how this changed my whole perspective, not only that day and for the rest of my freshman college experience, but for the rest of my life. And after I watched this video that day in college, I have watched it ever since, and it has changed my whole entire life. And this is how I knew God would speak to me in that same day. So she puts this video on, and I love Denzel Washington. I'm a huge fan of Denzel Washington. He's one of the actors that I look up to. So it's playing, and later on in his speech, I don't know if it was like, but later on in his speech, he brings up how he had to take an IQ test. So I'm listening. I'm very attentive, so I'm listening, and I really wanted to get motivation. And I love Denzel Washington, like I just said, so I was paying attention to the screen. So he brings up his IQ test, and he starts describing what the test was. And he was like, it was 9 dots on this page, and you have to connect these 9 dots without lifting your pencil. As he's saying this, and I'm retaining and listening and being attentive to what he's saying, my face, mind you, the classroom is dark, right? My face drops, and I'm like this. I mean, my eyes, my ears, my mouth were in shock of what I was hearing. Mind you, this is a motivational speech from, I think, and I'm thinking, there's no way. I was like, did he just describe the very IQ test that I just took that same day, that morning, in my psychology class? And then he says, and the only way you could connect the dots was to go outside the box. And he says, so go outside the box, be different. Don't stay inside the box, because you will never grow that way. You won't see what possibilities are out there, and possibilities and dreams that you can do and make come true if you don't go outside the box. And I was so in awe, because he described the very IQ test that I just took that very morning. And in that moment, I knew that God was talking to me. Can you believe? It was so surreal, because God really does use people and go through them to get to you. After that day, and after I saw that video, I have played that video, and I played that video after that day in class. I played that video almost every day, several times a day, while I was studying, while I was doing homework for my courses, while I was sitting around, while I was relaxing, while I was trying to find motivation. I played that video every single day, numerous times the day after that day. That day changed my outlook, my perspective, my thought process, my mindset. my goals, my ambitions. Ever since then, God is going to give you a message. God is going to send you a message. How it gets to you, who he uses to get it to you, when it gets to you, you won't know that. But that day, God used my professor and like put this as the very video to show her class as motivation to keep going. And she doesn't know that she was used for a bigger purpose. And that stuck with me ever since. So I'm telling you, I was so in a bad headspace my freshman year of college. And that video did a 360 for me. I said, there's no way. There's no way. And I have stuck with it ever since. So if you want to be not only motivated, but use these motivational videos and what you hear and the motivations that you personally have as fuel to keep going, keep grinding, keep striving. As long as you keep doing that, I'm telling you, there's no one, nothing, not a thing, not a person, not a concept, not a challenge, not a problem that can stop you. I promise you, you keep growing and adapting and improving, you'll be unstoppable. Absolutely. So definitely go check that out because that changed my life for the rest of my life. I haven't listened to it in a while, but now I listen to motivational speeches or motivational videos, and I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel because I genuinely love those. I love hearing that, and I love to hear what other people that have made it in life, or you know, what they went through. And it was just, and I don't know, it's from a lot of people that I look up to as well in these celebrity and different industries. So the next one is one that I happen to hear on my own from a YouTube channel, is TD Jakes. So if y'all guys know Bishop TD Jakes, he is a world global phenomenon of a bishop, and I listen to his sermons, or like you'll see like clips, because he's also too a very good public speaker, and he speaks a lot. Not only does he preach and teach the word, but he also does a lot of speeches and motivational speeches and moving speeches. And so another one that hit me is, it's called It Takes Courage to Be Different, and that's also on my motivational playlist. So y'all guys go check that one out. And he just goes in to say, like, people will look at you, will always have something to say about you or look down on you and all this, but they don't understand, like, it takes courage to do the things that you do, to be the person that you are. It takes courage. And he goes to say it takes courage, you know, to be educated. It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to be wise. It takes courage to be smart. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage. He just goes in to say that, and then he says, if you weren't doing that, You know, people don't talk about losers, they talk about winners. People that win are going to get talked about. And it's so true. Like, people don't go after or talk that much about anybody that's not winning or that they know is about to win in life. And just watch it, it changed my whole perspective as well, because I feel like I don't give myself enough credit, that it took courage for me to do a lot of the things that I have accomplished and have done and am doing. And it took courage for me. I'm still trying to find some courage to keep going, you know. And this wasn't easy. None of this was easy. None of this has been handed to me. None of this has been on a silver platter for me. None of this was cake for me. Like, none of this was icing on the cake. None of this was a cherry on top. Like, none of this was easy. None. So I just want y'all guys to know, stay motivated, stay disciplined, stay prayed up, and stay persevering, because you will get through this. I believe in you. And at the end of the day, you did what you need to do, okay? You did what you had to do, and you're gonna get through this. So I hope this motivate y'all guys to stay motivated, to keep being motivated. It's just crazy to think from that day on, I don't know, that blew my mind that day though. But that is my college years. This one was a little bit more, like I said, like but I really want to get off my chest, because there is nothing like believing in yourself when no one else does, and to feel your success, your ambitions, your goals, your own support. Of course, everyone loves to have a huge group of people supporting them. Trust me, I love it. And that will be the loudest in the crowd for you. By the end of the day, you want to be the loudest person supporting yourself. So do it scared, do it confused, do it questioning things, but just do it, because you never know. So I will see y'all guys in another episode of Sweet with a Twist, and I hope y'all guys enjoyed this. You got this, and there's no one like you. I'll see y'all guys in my next one. Bye.